Here are 5 rappers who are popping and major rappers but went broke. Starting with DMX dropping his debut album It's Dark and Hell is Hot in 1998, followed by Flesh of Flesh, Blood of My Blood in the same year, both debuting at number 1, both selling over 200,000 its first week, something only a few artists have ever done to this day. DMX was selling millions of records worldwide and selling out stadiums for a couple $100,000 per show, which brought him an 8-figure net worth in no time. But over time, DMX created 15 kids with 9 different women, was on drugs, was arrested over 30 times, and built up nearly $2 million in debt to just child support. On top of this, DMX was in trouble with the IRS, and in 2013, DMX filed for bankruptcy and had reported nearly $10 million owed. And when he filed, he had just $50,000 in assets. DMX's life was making millions but living check to check, and at just 50 years old he passed away due to an overdose and left a net worth of negative $1 million. To this day, he's one of the most loved and most streamed rappers of all time, pulling over 10 billion streams on Spotify, but unfortunately his money problems was the end of him. But another rapper who quickly rose to fame and eventually went broke is 50 Cent. 50 Cent has an infamous story of getting shot 9 times, surviving, getting signed by Eminem, and releasing one of the greatest debut rap albums of all time, selling over 10 million copies with his hit song In the Club played on every single radio station. 50 went on to purchase a large share of Vitamin Water with his money, which was then sold to Coca-Cola, earning him a reported over $100 million. At his peak, Forbes had his net worth at $155 million, which was unheard of for a rapper at the time. 50 went on to live the fast life, purchasing supercars, flying private, and owning multiple pieces of property, with one mansion costing him $500,000 a month in payments. The fast life quickly caught up to him, as in 2015 he filed for bankruptcy, which showed he had $36 million in debt. But this wasn't the end for 50 Cent. He was down in the dumps but went on to open his liquor brand, create a hit TV show, and many more, which slowly but surely pulled him out of debt to today, where he has an estimated net worth of over $50 million, making him one of the few entries on the list who was able to pull himself out of debt and rebuild his net worth. And the next rapper to make it on the list is MC Hammer, the man who created one of the biggest and most iconic songs ever. You all know it. And in 1990 he released his album Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him, which was the first ever hip-hop album to go diamond with over 10 million units sold. He was in a cartoon, he was sitting at number 1 on the charts for 21 weeks, he won multiple Grammy Awards, and in 1991 alone he had made $33 million. He had a $30 million mansion, 200 people on payroll, 17 cars, and even racehorses. But things unraveled super fast. He was spending $500,000 a month on his crew, his label dropped him after his album Too Legit underperformed, and just 6 years after his rise, in 1996 he filed for bankruptcy with the reported $13 million in debt, forcing him to sell most of his assets for big losses. Over time, he was able to reclaim some money doing advertising and investing in startups, bringing him today to a $2 million net worth, nothing like he once was. And today he's a preacher who helps NBA rookies with financial advice, sometimes still performing in the MC Hammer persona. He did hit rock bottom, but he was able to pull himself back out of it. And next up is Bow Wow, who some of you may or may not know. He was a huge star as a child, being recognized by Snoop Dogg at just 6 years old, and before turning 18 years old he was starring in huge movies, making hit songs, hosted 16 in Park, and built a net worth of over $10 million before he could even legally drink. But over time he fell into bad contracts, bought a bunch of cars, jewelry, had big child support bills, and went broke. From 2012 to 2016, he had tax liens, he had his cars repossessed, and even lied about flying private when a video showed him on a commercial flight. Over the past 10 years, he was able to pull himself out the gutter, hosting shows, doing some movies, building a clothing line, and doing some music tours, but nothing like it once was. Today's net worth is an estimated $1 to $2 million, nothing like it once was when he was a child star. But the final entry on this list is someone who gets clowned today, mainly by 50 Cent, and that's Ja Rule. At one point, Ja had one of the biggest songs on the radio, Always on Time, with his album selling over 30 million copies. From 1999 to 2004, his label Murder Inc. was going number 1 in what felt like every month. and at his peak he had an estimated net worth of $25 million. But the beginning of his downfall was in 2004, where he caught a gun charge forcing him to do 2 years in prison, which completely destroyed his label. He did his time and was released, but he was slowly losing money day by day, and in 2010 he filed for bankruptcy with $12 million in debt. But this wasn't all. In 2017, he co-founded Fire Festival, which was a disaster, causing problems related to food, security, medical services, and artist accommodation, leading to millions of dollars in lawsuits, completely destroying his reputation. Today, he's still making his comeback, touring all over the world, releasing a documentary on Paramount, launching a whiskey brand, and still dropping music here and there, but unfortunately, he's always trolled on social media by 50 Cent, as they have a feud that dates back decades. But I got more into detail in this video here, and those are 5 rappers who completely went broke after earning millions of dollars. But if you love music, be sure to subscribe for more of it, and I shall see you in the next video. Peace.